Boom, boom. Yes, it is. Happy Monday, Tigs Wigs. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I've been kind of looking forward to this one tonight. I have some clips from the Blind Cajun Cooks Anything Over Rice event, including an interview with the winner, Mr. Rusty Noel. We're going to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. Well, probably mainly about the halftime show and the commercials because the game kind of just flat out sucked. I did, especially if you really didn't care who won, and I didn't. But the food at the Super Bowl party was definitely on point. And wondering, do any of you guys in the chat that are in here have any fun Super Bowl stories you should share with us? Let us know. Speaking of the chat, let us see who is in here so far tonight. Mr. Paul Rogers, what is going on, brother? Paul, what is up? Happy Monday. Mr. Brian Gilson, good evening, good sir. Good evening, Big E. What is going on, Big E? What is going on, Big E? I don't know what the digital realm is, my vids, but good deal. And you ready for the conversion of a lifetime? They say. I feel like that's potentially a bot. Kick them out, Big E. Kick them out. But man, I tell you what, had a good time over the weekend, and just had a lot of fun. Going to that event was spectacular. Blasey may be joining us tonight. He said that he would, so I kind of want to wait for a second before I dive into all of this stuff, hoping he'll join in. But as usual, I'm starting to think there's a trend now that they just show up late. They're just trying to do that. JR and Blasey are just trying to do this on purpose, just to mess with me, and that's fine. I think it's fun. Look, there he goes. He's trying. Okay. Good. Then I can stall. Man, let's talk a little bit. We're going to jump kind of back and forth a little bit. What'd y'all think about the Super Bowl last night? Did y'all just give me your initial thoughts before we dive into some of the stuff I wanted to talk about? First thing I can say about it is I think the Super Bowl should just be in New Orleans every freaking year. It's such a great place. It's so easy and accessible for the teams. It's a 5-minute bus ride to be able to get into the Superdome. For the fans, it's a very walkable city. Sure, it has its not so stellar moments, but I think the city of New Orleans showed up and showed out for this Super Bowl, which was much better than the game in and of itself. Okay. That was Terry Foster. Okay, Terry Wayne, I'm just like, what is going on with this? The digital realm is no longer the same, for I have arrived. Brace yourselves for the conversation of a lifetime. That is correct, Terry Wayne. And he says, Eagles, baby, fly, Eagles fly. So you can tell, got a little bit of green on tonight. That is not in total support of the Eagles, but in like a little bit of, I don't own any red. So that flat out, that wasn't going to happen. Not at all. Well, look, I'm going to go ahead. I want to show what exactly I saw over the weekend, and I haven't had a chance. Some of this still working on getting some of the videos edited and things like that. This will help a ton. Y'all are just absolutely killing me here in the chat. Terry Wayne. Hey, buddy, I'm in the StreamYard live link. If that's what you're telling me, Blasey, it's in the Tigs Tonight link, the same one. Let me send you the email. Sorry, gang. Let's take care of business and get this. There you go. Coming to your Hotmail, and there it is, Blasey. All right. So we're gonna move on. I want to show this stuff. I'm gonna narrate it as it goes because I hadn't had a chance to really talk about it. And then I have a good little interview that I did with Mr. Rusty, and we will go from there. So right off the bat, you can see the way that it was set up, just going around. They had vendors, they had all these different cooks, and you can see they're cooking like, I think that guy was a stew. This one, I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what they were cooking. There's my boy cooking a chili right there, Lejeune's. And then they had this vendor. God help them with the wind. It was so daggum windy. About half of that blew down. The wind was howling. There's Stirring the Pot podcast right there. Rusty, the winner. There's Rusty's and Country Cooking with Joni. There he is. And then there's Farm to Fire. Farm to Fire. Always good stuff. I'm going to show something from them here in a second. Big John Neal. Now look at this slurp, slurp, slurp. Oh my God. Just roast, just getting right. There's Rusty making a Louisiana, being a little bougie, making a Louisiana out of the rice. There's the burnt ends. There's some sauce piquant, seafood sauce piquant, I do believe. Meatball stew from my girl Rachel Cajun. There's Lejeune's chili, Skyline chili. And then there's Rusty plating up. I think that's his sauce piquant. He had 2 entries. There's I can't remember exactly what they called that dish. It's fantastic. There's some more stew. Their traditional rice and gravy. Holy cow. They're turning it in. There's Rusty getting that dub. And there's Amanda and Nathan. And then Miss Brittany Camille. My man, I forgot his name right now. And then, of course, the legends, Matt and Rusty themselves. So just a stellar gang of people, just like my counterpoint and part.
I am here.
I am here. Posse, the one-man posse. Technical issues. The link never changed. It's okay. Turn your mic down and welcome.
It's either turn it up or turn it down. I did find a setting as I was playing around waiting on you, even though you were waiting on me, where I could turn the volume up before I come in. That's what I need to do instead of doing it here. So just figured something out every day on this thing. You know what I mean?
I know that this is hard to do, and it's about the 88th time I'm going to recommend it. And the last time, I'm going to do it live in front of everybody, kind of Rhett style today, like Bubba Rhett, Bubba with Rhett. There's an app. It is called a Sure Motive app, and you have a MacBook. Download it.
I've got it.
You need to take the mic off
and lock it in.
And lock it in. That's it. Take it off of auto. That's why the volume moves up and down. You just put it on manual. Put it on about 24 to 19 with your lovely silky voice.
Yeah.
And you'll be locked in for forever.
Just stay right there, huh? Stay in that lovely place.
That's it. So did you get a chance to see that video that were you able to watch that?
I saw the whole thing. Yep. That's awesome, man.
God, dude.
That all looks so dang good too, man. That looks so dang good.
Unbelievable. And shout out for sure to the Blind Cajun Cook for putting on that event. It was just it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Riley had a freaking good time.
I bet
I had a total blast. The dishes that were there, I mean, you had your traditional sausage, just a couple of them that were sausage beef and sausage beef and gravies. And
what ended up winning that thing? What won
it was mock shoe. Just Rusty's mock shoe. And I have a video clip. I'm so glad you asked because let me pull that cue up and we're going to let Rusty talk about
Explain it. Yeah, I'm ready to hear this. I never even heard of mock shoe.
Oh, you okay? Good. Well, I don't know if he doesn't really explain the mock shoe as much. I will, as he just kind of talks about a little. He hits the highlights. This dude's just like a freaking professional. Honestly, probably one of the best chefs, if not the best in the state of Louisiana. Has won hundreds of competitions. Like when he shows up, everybody knows that they better lock her down. They better bring that A game. So dude, he just as nice of a guy as there is out there for sure. with Mr. Rusty. Rusty, what's your last name?
Rusty Noel, just like Christmas.
Just like Christmas. And Rusty has some freaking hardware again.
So this cook-off meant a lot. One is for St. Jude, right? And one, the Blind Cajun Cook puts us on, and she's one of my inspirations. You know, us all as Cajuns, we cook a lot. We look at the sight, the color, the texture. She has to feel her way around the entire kitchen.
That's true. Yeah.
It's impressive to watch her. So she's always been an inspiration, and to come out to her event and cook in her event is just it was a win-win when I got here. St. Jude, you know, I mean the kids at St. Jude win.
How did you win? What did you win with? Tell us about the winning dish.
So I make a great seafood corn makshu. We have never lost a seafood competition or a black pot cook-off where seafood's allowed with my makshu. My makshu has never lost a competition. I'm probably 100+ wins with my corn makshu. So when Ross, the bougie man with bougie bologna, asked me, hey man, will you cook a dish with my bologna? I started thinking, man, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? How we're gonna get this done? So I did it in my makshu, because I like tasso in my corn makshu. I like some little chicken tasso, a little lighter than pork in my makshu. So I did his smoked jalapeno bougie bologna in that makshu, and man, it was almost like a little burn in there, and it was good.
Yeah,
was good. You ate it.
I did. I ate it, and it was phenomenal, as good as I've ever had. So I mean, I see why you won. And there's no doubt, everything here was good. Just about every single dish was just a whole other level. I'm so full.
The cooks here today, look, those guys cooking with Joni, farm the fire, stir in the pot. Shane Gaspard, which is a longtime friend of mine, KD Barr come all the way from Texas, and they did a little twist. They come out, I think, second place. They come with a little twist on some Spanish rice.
Yeah.
That was really cool, and I thought that was one of the best dishes I ate today. Because, you know, you go around, you sample all this, and you do that, and you know, dude, I'm proud of this one.
You should be.
I'm proud of this one, and I think I told you before the interview, I'm like, man, if I can place with bologna at a cook-off with these cooks that are here today, some of the best that we've had, then I'll be kind of proud of myself. You know, you start challenging yourself, right? You do enough of these.
That's right. Yes. Exactly.
But yeah, we definitely. So now I got to get to Baton Rouge, do some more cook-offs in Baton Rouge, and get that done.
Definitely be seeing more Rusty. He's going to be coming on the show at some point soon. I really want us
to get on there, share my story, and let you guys know, you know, where we come from and where we headed.
And he told me that he has a documentary.
Coaching Blessings, the Rusty Noel story on YouTube. If you pull that up on YouTube, it'll pop up. You'll see my ugly face on there, and click on it. And my life has been a hard journey, but it's been, you know, it brought me to where I'm at. It brought me to where I'm at and who I am and why we do what we do.
He shared a little bit of that with me earlier, and it is an incredible story. So I look forward to us diving more into that in the future when we have Rusty on. So, dude, congratulations.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. And I look forward to being on the show, and we continue to see you at some of our cook-offs, man.
For sure.
It'll be some good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
That's awesome, dude.
Dude, yeah. Great guy, man. His story is, I told him, he sent me the link. I'm like, yeah, dude, I know what I'm going to be doing tonight. And then something happened, and I ended up getting busy. I haven't watched the full documentary yet, but he told me, he kind of gave me an abbreviated version. And wow, yeah, I can't wait to get into that. That dude, it's like he's one of those dudes who never stops. You know, you can just tell.
Yeah.
He's always running. He's always running and gunning. He gave me some of his seasoning too. The Cajun Burger Cook-Off is in the house. What is going on, brother Caleb? Caleb recruited me while I was at this event, Blasey, and ended up Riley and I got all of the dishes. Took them into the judges' room. We had Brittany Camille cooking with Cajun. I talked to him, but I didn't get any. I didn't get an interview with him. Several people. I went to just go eat and have fun and just kind of network and talk and visit with people this time. You know what I mean? Yeah, and like they have a bunch of these. There's more. I'm going to be at more of these. But the Cajun Critic pulls me in and it's like, so you think you and Riley could collect some of these? Like, sure. So we get those, and then I ended up helping tally the numbers too. Like, just got hands on with it.
That's
Loved
awesome.
it.
That's cool.
I wouldn't have it. I really wouldn't have it any other way. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, that food, all that food looks so good. I saw those videos you dropped. I saw that one again a while ago. It's just, man, that's just such goodness right there. All that stuff. It made me so hungry the other day when you sent that too. And you were like, you sent that video and you said you're not going to eat that night. And I was starving, going like, oh my God. I wish I had some of that good
I really didn't eat
had.
that night. I was so dadgum full, man. I mean, I tried it all. I had a little bit. I didn't eat the full bowl of everything.
Yeah.
Just because it's so much and I was already full, but I wanted to sample all of it. None of it was bad. You know, some certainly better than others.
Yeah.
But overall, no. I mean, I would be happy to eat any of that for dinner. I would not. None of it.
So what is a mock shoe? Like, just like in principle, like, I don't even understand.
I mean, the easiest way really to explain it, kind of break it down, there's corn. So that's kind of the star of the show, really. And then you use butter, which of course will make it rich and yummy. And then
you cutting the tops off the corn like you do with a cream corn to make sure it really ingrains.
People will cut the kernels off of it, and you can. Butter. I don't know what Rusty does to make his so good, but I mean the overall scheme of things. Vegetables usually the Trinity. Break that down. Sometimes tomatoes. I think that's maybe a controversial subject whenever it comes. I've never made one personally. I've eaten them and I love them. They're really, really good. It's just a rich, creamy corn dish kind of, it's like creamy
corn
corn
over
dish.
Rice or something.
Yeah, you can, which is what he did. Now, the thing that he did that was just on a whole other level. I had a little bowl of his sauce piquant, and that's traditional. I'm not personally, I love it and it's delicious. It's not like on my list of I want to eat that every day. It never has been, but I mean, if you've got it there, it's a labor of love to make it. And I've never made one either, but I love it. I love it. It's really, really good. But he had that, and then he had his mock shoe, which I hadn't got just a bowl of it by itself, but his one of his partners was saying he invented this thing. Watch this, and he put like a scoop of the sauce piquant and then a scoop of the mock shoe, and then he gave me that. And holy cow, man, that was just like, that's just ridiculous. Is
just
what
a
that
crazy
was.
mashup. Bam.
Just a crazy mashup of just goodness. It was just, I don't even know how to explain it, but man alive, I think they named it. They named something while they were there. They're just having fun, with it. But that bougie bologna, I've not had any personally. I've been seeing it. I follow them on social media. They make some good. They make great like content and stuff. Terry Foster says, and this is how Terry Wayne, this is how they advertise it, that it's 100% butthole free. That's their tagline. I mean, that's them. I don't know how that's possible, but I believe them. I mean, that's a wild claim. So you got to believe them. What is going on? What is happening, Casey? Casey is with the Stirring the Pot podcast.
Oh, cool.
Yes. And they had a take on, they called it crawfish dumplings, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Casey. Crawfish dumplings, which was basically like a crawfish bisque, but instead of stuffing the heads, they just had the stuffing in there. They didn't stuff the heads, just way too many people to serve with stuffed crawfish heads, and it's still, it's relatively early in the crawfish season.
They're little smalls.
But yes, it was definitely good. High scores on it for sure. Just dude. All of the stuff. But that mock shoe, that's what that is. It's good, and you could tell Rusty was pumped to have added bologna of some form or fashion into this and still kind of just whip everybody's ass.
I just beat you with bologna. That is kind of like, that's a bunch of bologna. Yeah, it's a bunch of first place bologna is what it is.
That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. One of my highlights of the whole thing, and this is a 7-second video, is this guy right here.
Oh man.
Do you know who this guy is?
I don't. It's like an American badass.
It's exactly what he is. You nailed it. His name is Joey Bro. Y'all go look him up on social media. Do yourself a service. Go follow that guy. He's basically a legend, and just ask him and he'll tell you. But he,
I bet he will.
you know he will.
Yeah.
He is. If you go watch him, and this is all done in love and in good spirit. You go watch him, and that guy is entertaining, if nothing else.
What's his name again?
Joey Bro.
Joey Bro. I gotta check out Joey Bro here.
You gotta check. One of his gimmicks is he sings karaoke.
Yeah.
In his house, and he has some lights in there, and it's just, like he sings karaoke. Then he also gives life advice. I think he's like a modern day, kind of like a Cajun Tiger King in a sense. Yeah.
I gotta check this guy.
I don't want to pump him too much. I don't want to do like we thought we did with our Bubba Army podcast. I don't want to take him too over, but I think he's worth going and checking out and seeing what you think.
I'm all over it. Yeah.
What's happening, Blind Cajun Cook? I didn't see you in here. It's so awesome. Oh, look, here's the Cajun Burger Cook-Off says he's so proud of Tigs. Look, the dude and his son are so natural at doing things when I ask. Looking forward to it. You know what?
He's coachable, folks. He is coachable.
I am coachable. Let's just give me direction. Let me eat. And I can do that. And like in this case, and with these folks that I've become friends with, literally let me eat. Like, just let me eat. That's all I ask. It's so great. This is so
let
perfect.
Him eat, folks. Just let him eat.
Just finally just kind of working my way into exactly where we all need to be with our show. You've got access over there to incredible food and more interviews and stuff too. It's what's fun. The show's kind of starting to work its way into where it needs to be.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, man. That's awesome, man. I got you a video coming, a free show.
Well, I wanted to ask, and nothing better than doing it when we're live because it's really the best. He asked this morning, do you use Descript to basically get transcripts and stuff like that? And I'm like, I'm not even going to ask him what this is, but I want to know now. I'm going to ask you, what is it? What are you doing? I love it.
Two different things. One was actually professional. Like I was in work, I was trying to do something to take an audio and run it in there and do a summary, right? So I was like, I got to get this from an audio into a text. All right. But secondly, the Red Bar, our folks down in Grayton Beach, Ollie, with the Red Bar, they had their 30th anniversary party. It's always the Super Bowl too. And Dread Clampett was playing there on the 30th year. It's funny, 30 years ago, July of 1995, I remember being in there when they opened because my sister helped him open it. I walked in there with my mom, my buddy Doolittle was with me, a couple other people there, my sister and everybody. And dude, I remember exactly what I got because we made a joke about it because Ollie actually brought us the food. It's like, and a mahi-mahi for you and another mahi-mahi. And dude, we said that like all the time. Every time we'd serve food, like a ribeye for you and another ribeye. And so anyway, we used to laugh at that. I was telling him, I saw him in there. Obviously, the place was packed. But I was telling him about that story from 95. So I can't believe it's been 30 years. But that place is, if you've never been there, it's Grayton Beach. It is an absolute landmark. If you come down to Santa Rosa Beach and, anywhere in this area, you got to go there. It's definitely on the top 3 of somewhere to go experience the whole thing. And on a Sunday with Dread Clampett playing, and dude, they had Matt Miller on the fiddle, who's this unbelievable fiddle player, and then the legend Sam Bush sat in with him for 3 sets. So I've got a ton of good video, and you won't believe what this iPhone captured just from the iPhone. Didn't use any mics, and the sound quality is amazing. I've got about an hour of mashed up different pieces of music and stuff in there. I kind of recorded it. And then there's an artist, Brian Hand, who's phenomenal, just goofing around on this iPad he's got, this app sketching. And dude, he is sketching them on the stage. And I've got some time lapse of that. And then he can do the time lapse of the whole draw. He finished the whole thing by the end of the show, and I've got that too in there. So I'm putting this all together, a little mashup. Somebody just getting bored, we'll throw it on there, just something to go watch. Music's phenomenal, sounds great. I mean, really good quality.
I love
for
it.
iPhone mic, yeah. So I'll have that ready for you.
And the beauty of that
48.
probably won't get like copyright strikes either. We'll find out. Who cares?
It's 99% all their music. You know what I mean? Like,
and I doubt
they cover some music, but
yeah,
it's so bluegrass.
You can cover
live.
You know? Yeah, no. Oh yeah. I love it. We get to, and then potentially get to go even deeper with that, which we won't mention that. But yeah. Got a behind on the chat tonight, Blasey. This is good. This is good. Bubba Fan 69 in the house.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Yes, sir. Tigs and Biggs. And then he asked us, did we hear about Rhett this morning? Hopefully he comes back. I did listen to that podcast. I have a feeling. I got a feeling that we're probably going to address that this week in our Bubba exclusive. So yes,
some real heat. Some real heat. Bubba's pissed. I mean, Bubba's pissed.
Yeah, Bubba's pissed. Wrong. Ain't no real heat. That's 1,000,000% like could be bad for him.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. I just think it's Bubba likes to he is mad at him, but I don't think it's. But he's stirring the pot,
stirring the pot a little bit.
The pot.
Yeah,
he
just
likes
like
to
we
bring
saw.
it out.
That's exactly
bringing it
what
into
he's doing.
Spotlight. He goes over the top. He goes over the top with everything he does. So a little aggressive. I was sitting there kind of put myself in Rhett's position, knowing my personality, and I'm like, dude, if he did that to me and I worked there, 0% chance I walk back in that building. You know what I mean?
None. Zero.
So
that's
what he wants. He wants to take you as far as he can. So he'd have shoved me right out the door on that one.
He didn't only double down on some of his takes. I would say triple and quadrupled down on some of those takes. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to bounce back from some of that.
He is the ultimate over the top guy. You know, like you got friends, you're going back and forth, and what's up, Paul Rogers? You're going back and forth, jawing, and one of them comes way over the top. Just too much, man. That was too much. You know, Hal Laird comes to mind. And so Bubba is like the king of over the top. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you want to play? I'll get on here and do a show about you. You know, like, dang, man.
Don't go head to head. Don't piss Bubba off. That's
you lose that battle every time.
Yeah. So I got a feeling we're gonna talk more about that. Casey says, milk the corn. You milk the corn on that mock shoe.
Oh yeah.
That's it. A corn souffle is Bubba Fan 69's favorite. It's definitely a little bit different because it's more creamy and all. The Blind Cajun Cook says a lot of people also add heavy cream, sausage, and tasso. That's your traditional one, not the bougie bologna.
Yeah. I got to go figure out how to milk corn. I mean, I used to milk cows. Like you pull on the teats a little bit. I don't think you pull on the corn teats or anything. So like that. And I've made cream when you got to take off the top of the head. Is that milking corn? I don't know.
It's going to be a great question.
I got to dive into this
for Rusty. Oh yeah, well, yeah. We're gonna. I mean, he'll share as much as he's willing to share with us. You know what I mean? Like he probably has some next level milking process. You hold the kernel a certain way, mash it one certain way, or whatever. You know how all that is.
Are you twisting it? Is that milking corn?
It may be. You put it in a certain thing, and I don't know. I'm not. That isn't my
milking corn. There it is. That's like milking a cow.
Okay.
Milking a cow, you got to get in here a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
Got to turn the wrist.
That's one thing for sure. Casey says crawfish stew with dumplings. So I was close. I was close.
Really close.
It was good. Yeah. Big E says he needs to spend 2 weeks down here. He loves to cook and wants to learn Cajun style. Dude, come to one of these events and you're going to be hearing more about them as we move along, things that are happening, and follow our friends, Travel to Boot, Amanda and Nathan, who I think I saw Nathan in here just a minute ago. I don't think I've gotten that far down in our comments yet. He's in here. I'm sure Amanda is too. They're going around and they're doing exactly that. They know what's going on every single weekend, every single day. And in Louisiana, there are over, I think, 365 official festivals Like, it's insane. There's enough festivals for one a day in the whole great state of Louisiana, and we like to party and we like to have fun, and there's no better place to do it. And you can learn how to cook some incredible things at events like I just went to this weekend.
Yeah, man. I tell you what I got to do. I got to go. So, I don't know if I told you this, but Louisiana is part of my territory now. So I'm going to time some trips over there for work to come in a little early on the weekend to catch up one of these events, you know what I mean? Or stay later into the weekend. One of the two, like I got to do something to hit it on the back end or on the front end and come check out some of this action. Golly, it's nothing better, man, than just
nothing better.
Cajun cooking, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. It's so good.
Bubba Fan 69 says he sings karaoke poorly. He's speaking about Joey Bro. I didn't say that. That's what Bubba Fan 69. Y'all figure it out for yourself. Circle back. We'll talk about it later on this week. David, our boy David says, don't pump Rusty up that much. He's going to take him down at the burger cook-off. Now heat begins. Heat begins. I love it. The Cajun Burger Cook-Off says you need to come down so we can feed you.
I'm going to. I promise you. I think that things have changed to open up the direction where I have to go there for my livelihood.
It's looking like I'm going to be the host of this whole event now, so I'm no longer going to judge, which is great.
Are you going to sit there and just host
I'm
it?
still going to eat all 48 burgers or whatever the hell there is, but
you're like the MC?
I can't host and judge. That's
MCing or sitting there at a table like this, like
MCing.
Okay.
Yeah, not DJing, MCing.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to be like the
turn
guys
in time. You got 25 minutes. Just stuff like that.
Turn in
That's
time.
how I envision it.
And now, can we introduce them? Can we bring them up like champions and stuff? I say we. You like how I'm working myself right into this.
Well, if you come there, then yes, it could be we.
Yeah.
I'm doing this once again. This is one of these. This has been one of our more fun live shows, period, because just we're throwing it out. We don't get a chance to talk as much these days. So you guys get to be a part of these conversations. I think you need to come. March 8th, Morgan City, Louisiana, March 8th. It's going to be a lot of fun. David says, y'all don't want to miss this showdown in Morgan City. Bring the cameras. Bring your money. It's going to be a hell of a showdown.
Oh, man. Morgan City.
Way to go, Eagles. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I love it. David says, take the kernels off the cob, then use the backside of a knife and scrape the milk from the cob. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, you're milking the cob.
Milking the cob.
Milking the cob. I get it now. Okay. You're not milking
exactly
the kernel,
right.
You're milking the cob.
Milking the cob. Big E says he'd jump in and start cooking with them. Yeah, he would. Big Papa T. What's up, Big Papa T?
Yeah.
Was rocking and rolling. Good to meet him at the event this weekend for sure. Got to visit with him a little bit. We said we were going to do an interview, and then we all got busy, and it just didn't happen. It's okay. We'll see each other again soon. Farm to Fire, Louisiana. What is going on? So their brisket burnt ends, Blacey. Good God Almighty! They served them over rice. They put a video
Was that the
out.
ones with the little cups out and the little?
It was the little cups.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I looked at that. I was looking at those things close. That looked so good up in there.
Yes.
That
So
good.
I went to say hi, and they went, Tigs, you gotta try this. And I think they know I'm a mark for brisket. I mean, like I'll just melt down. I mean, then are you a judge? I'm not a judge. I'm not a judge. So they gave it to me. Oh my God. Honey. It had honey and butter and sugar and all. They had a little pan. Oh my God. I don't know what all they did to it, but it's the best bite of a burn end that I've ever had, for sure.
Wow.
For sure. I mean, just on a whole other level. It had a spicy barbecue sauce of some type. I do believe it definitely had honey. It was sweet. It was spicy. It was a burn end, smoky. It was, oh yeah.
Golly. You make it see. I got ribs waiting on me. They're hanging out with themselves.
I know you do. But the longer they wait,
it's great.
Get even better.
They are just hanging out with themselves. They're just that's a term I got from you. I remember that first time you wrapped up. I'm gonna let those guys just hang out with themselves.
Just let them hang out. Just let them visit with each other for a little longer. They hang out and talk. The looser they get.
That's right.
It's like like some people at a bar.
Yeah.
It's what your ribs are right now. Like they've had a couple of drinks. You give them 30 more minutes, they've had a couple more drinks. Just think about how loose they're going to be.
Oh,
that's what you do with ribs. You know, we've done this whole show, Blasey, 34 minutes in. We never even got to the Super Bowl, which doesn't surprise me. That's why I was hoping that somebody would come on tonight, because I really just wanted to talk about this event.
the whole thing, I'll sum it up. It was a letdown. The whole situation. The halftime show was marginal. It was okay. I don't know, whatever. And then I thought everything was just kind of halfway. The Chiefs played halfway. The Eagles were the only thing that did not play halfway. They came and showed up ready to go.
They came to play. No doubt about that.
And all my prop bets stood up. I forgot to put in my big bet, which was the Chiefs and the over. That was my bigger bet. And I did hit submit. I woke up this morning going like, oh man, I hit 4 out of 5 prop bets and won $375. I forgot to put in
all that
bet.
matters. 1 minute prior to kickoff. 1 minute prior to kickoff. Last one. Contradicted myself as usual. That's how you can make fun of me, Austin Dennis. Call me Mr. Contradiction there. I don't want to tell you how to rebut what I did to you. We'll show that tomorrow night. But I hit the Eagles with 1 minute left before the kickoff.
Good move.
It really was.
Sir.
It was. It
Good
was.
move.
An even better move, cooler move, is here in just a few minutes when we wrap up. My neighbor Shane and Renee down the street have the lady who is the head over like booking hotels and all of the travel and all of that stuff. She's the person with the Eagles. So she couldn't come and hang out with them until the Super Bowl finished last night. So whenever we wrap this up, going to go talk to her. Who knows?
Oh,
she
wow.
may be a future podcast guest. Yes.
Why wouldn't you be? Yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
Fly
That's
Eagles
awesome.
fly. I mean, I'm a fan right now, and I never have liked them. Yeah.
Fly Eagles fly.
But man, I'll tell you, hot take that completely changed 15 minutes prior to going live.
Uh-oh.
I decided at 7:00, and I've been wanting to do it all day long. Man, last night, that halftime show, and I love halftime shows, and I love Kendrick Lamar, so I was really looking forward to it. But just watching it live, I don't know if it was where I was watching it, if it was like the audio from the TV just didn't really, you needed a little bit more bump in it. I was kind of just felt neutral about it. Like it was okay. It wasn't great. No one else there though felt it was good at all. Everybody, no one said, man, that was, I didn't hear anybody that liked it. No one that liked it, not even except for kids. So what I started figuring out is I think if you're about 30 years old or older, you didn't like it. And if you're 30 or younger, you probably did. And like I said, I like Kendrick. I said, I got to give this one more shot. So I cranked it up in here with my speakers. I cranked it up because I couldn't hear it. Like his voice, I couldn't hear him, and I couldn't hear the music that well really either. It was just, I think it was just the sound. I don't think it played well on normal TVs. I think you had to have a sound bar or something like that for it to sound better. But I cranked it up in here, dude. Totally different. Changed my whole opinion of the thing. It was kind of brilliant, actually, what he did with the PlayStation remote and the X and the O and the triangle and all that, and then the end with the game over. Like, I get what he was trying to do. It's hard to see it when it's in the moment because you've never seen it before. But when you go back and watch and you know a little bit more about what they're trying to do or what he's trying to say or whatever, makes sense. It made sense. So my take on it was, they screwed up. Should have been Lil Wayne from the whole jump. It should have been Wheezy's Super Bowl. I still believe that. I still believe that hasn't changed. That was Lil Wayne's Super Bowl. If they're going to have a hip-hop artist, a rapper, solo artist to do a solo show like that, and you're in NOLA, why on earth wouldn't you get Wheezy? You could add Juvenile, all of that stuff, bring in Trombone Shorty, just whatever. The list, A-listers of people that he's rapped with for, surprise guests, like, incredible. It could have just been And that's the only thing that still bothers me. I still think Wheezy F should have been the damn halftime entertainment.
Yeah,
Mystical. Mystical would be awesome, but I think he's.
style.
I love Mystical, but
I like Mystical too.
But he's had a little bit of some issues. I don't think the NFL would like Mystical. I think Big E is starting to get there. Silk the Shocker, yes. Maybe not going to go with the NFL's image.
Just bring Master P back and bring in the whole crew and let them drop it all down,
All
that's
of them.
old school, though.
That NOLA rap, man.
Yeah.
Just get that bump music that I went to
Mia
college
X
with.
up on stage with them and all that.
I mean, that's what they did. Everything else, Louisiana, though. They had the beginning.
Yeah.
They had Lauren Daigle doing "God Bless America," and then John Batiste doing the Star Spangled Banner, which was phenomenal. Hard to beat Chris Stapleton's version, but a jazz version of the Star Spangled Banner, inject it in my veins. Got a little emotional. I was in the house that I was watching it at by myself, and I just stopped. Everybody else was watching outside. I got to stop and kind of whoo, yes, sir. That guy, that's a musician. That is a musician. Them No Limits Soldiers. That's right. But the game.
I thought I told you. No Limits. That was so good, dude. I love that era.
Oh.
Did you ever see the Ice Cream Man? That movie that he made? I've watched that probably 40 times, and we used to watch it all the time. Having it like a loop. Oh, God. So ridiculous. So good, though.
But so many people have said or were saying last night, that's the worst halftime show ever. I disagree. I don't think it is the worst halftime show ever. Honestly, I don't. They're all pretty good when you watch them back for doing what they do, but it's hard to capture that moment when it's live and happening. I think the biggest issue is that most of the people watching this year didn't have a clue of what any of these songs were. And that's the problem. They didn't know the songs.
Yeah, because typically what they've done is they've gone old school, like much older school. Like, you go back, Snoop Dogg and all that stuff, right?
Anthems.
You do all that stuff.
Yes.
Everybody knows, and then now you just kind of took out about, like you said, 30 and up. You just kind of took them out.
60% of the people that are watching the Super Bowl probably don't know
what's going on here. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he didn't play all of his biggest hits, which I find an incredible choice, and I love. I actually love that. He went with the artistic approach, not the I'm going to give them everything they want. I'm going to close with pretty much what they want, but I'm going to tease it throughout the whole deal. And having Samuel L. Jackson come out, I told the guys that I was sitting with last night, you're going to hear a narrative of people just saying how amazing this was and how awesome it was, and you just saw it. It is not. I literally said those words. Said it. Will not deny that I did. And then I've done a total 180 like my friend Dave at Cajun 180 on the whole deal. And I'm like, oh, I think I kind of see the genius that was in it now.
Yeah, I guess I was the same way. I didn't really hear it that well, and you couldn't hear it that well. It needed to be in a setting where you could. I'd been listening to music all day. I was kind of worn out, to be honest with you, by the time of the damn
yeah. And that's
by the end of the Super Bowl, I actually went to the Waffle House and just got me an All-Star special, and then just came out of the house and went to bed. I was just worn out. I've been going
just a blowout of a game. That doesn't help your attitude going into it at the half either.
Boring.
You're like, oh man, this is over. There's nothing left to it's just kind of a bummer of a game, like you said. But like I also said before you came on, shout out to New Orleans. Place looked amazing. Superdome looked amazing. The city looked amazing. It showed up. It showed out. It did what NOLA does best.
And Donald Trump looked amazing.
He looked so good. He saluted. Everybody knew what was up. Then Kendrick Lamar came in and tried to steal his thunder, but here's a little joke for you, Kendrick. I'd already left. I didn't see any of it. Taylor Swift getting booed. Had that conversation with my daughter today. Of
That's more the
like,
Philly fan, though. In my opinion, that's the Philly fan, dude. Philly fan. You know what I mean? That's half the stadium just went after her.
but she's an Eagles fan. Like, she's literally an Eagles fan.
She's a traitor.
And you don't dick with
That's
Philly
even
people.
worse.
Yeah, exactly. I get it.
The Benedict Arnold type deal. They'll have her strung up.
I think she was booed. I told my daughter today, I said, who got towed over the weekend, by the way. That's a whole other show for a racket of tow truck people, but that was a deal that was not a lot of fun to have to deal with today, but it's okay. We had this conversation about Taylor Swift because she's a huge Swiftie. But I said, they're not booing Taylor Swift because she's Taylor Swift. They're booing her because they're tired of seeing her. Everybody that's there and on TV, these are football fans, and they're tired of seeing Taylor Swift shoved down their throat. It doesn't matter that it's her. It's any girlfriend that's high profile. Reggie Bush with the Saints during their run was dating Kim Kardashian, and they just kept showing Kim Kardashian every Saints game. It became like I don't know if it was a distraction for them because they're so distracted anyhow, but it was a distraction for the fans that were watching the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's what the boos were about.
Sure.
They ain't booing Taylor. They're booing the situation.
Yeah, I agree.
Quit showing her.
I think it's a combination of all that. Like, it wasn't just like going at. It was not political, like, in my opinion. Not at all. Zero. That was not a political boo. That was the garbage of just showing her over and over again. And Philly fan, and she's got the KC. It's just like you got the whole blended deal. Like, it wasn't just an attack on her personally.
No, not an attack on her. Just like, we're tired of you. Sorry, no offense, but we're tired of you. Big E says, Blasey, have you seen that band Machine Funk? That's from my hometown. Again, I guess you saw them at some point. Machine Funk. They sound great. That sounds like a band I want to see.
They do. Yeah,
I talked about this.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I have not. No, I was trying to remember like when we were talking where and why, like where that was, but I can't remember.
What is up, brother Rusty? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. He liked the Austin Dennis parody video that I made. He told me this morning. He texted me and he said, I'm going to call you. He said, I'm not going to call you stale cracker. I'm going to call you fresh cracker. It's like, okay, that's great.
That was so good.
I'll show it this
morning. Yeah, we do that tomorrow. I woke up this morning because you sent it yesterday, but again, I was tired and I went to bed. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, he just went for it. He went right after him.
Just
I was
clip for
so
clip.
hard.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it was so fun. I laughed so hard doing that. It's the easiest video I've ever made. Yeah, I'll play it. I'll play it tomorrow. I'm not going to give y'all another 3 minutes of video.
No.
But yeah, it was so much fun because I've never laughed that hard doing it. But we did it. I did it in basically one take with everything. From starting to film it to putting it out on the internet, 50 minutes. I'll never do one faster, ever.
Isn't that crazy?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Big E said the Widespread Panic cover band.
Oh yes,
I think you saw him in Birmingham.
Yes, I did see him in Birmingham. And they were phenomenal. They were great, man. They killed. I knew I was sitting trying to think, why do I know this band? Yes, they killed it. They are from his hometown up there. Absolutely, I saw him at Avondale Brewery there. With JD.
Right. That's right. Yep.
Back in August.
I knew that name sounded familiar because that's just a great name. It's just an incredible name.
Dude, it's a great band too. I mean, it's like if I didn't tell you who was on stage, you think that's JB up there singing, you would think like you're listening to Widespread Panic. They're that good.
Speaking of Panic, man, this week. Yeah, it's the 10th. Yes. This weekend, they're back. Jimmy's back.
Oh,
they haven't played. He's back going through cancer. Apparently he's doing well enough to be able to get out there and play. I don't know the whole story. Hopefully they'll share all that. I'm sure some people know. But yeah, dude, Panic is back this weekend. Freaking can't wait to hear the boys.
Oh man.
And you know they're going to do something crazy.
Awesome. You know they are. Well, I got a text from my buddy JD. He's like, we got to go to, you got to go with me to a show. I was like, okay. He said, you got to go. March 29th. I was like, where we going? He said, the Sphere, Dead and Company. I looks like.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. That sounds great, man. I'm trying to figure out how to squeeze that in, but like that would be absolutely phenomenal.
Oh man, no doubt, no doubt.
I don't know how to make it though.
Paul Rogers says that he wants to have a country halftime show. Yeah,
I had one in a while. Hadn't had
one in a while. That's true.
No.
I mean, Beyonce could come back and do a country show since she just. Rusty, what is up? Congrats, Rusty.
Noel,
he says.
just like the song.
Yes,
he
sir.
said, Noel.
That's right.
Man, that looks
That's
good,
right.
dude. I can't wait to get over there and try some of this action. Y'all are just taking it to just another. I mean, it's a
whole other
sphere.
level. Whole other level.
I know.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I'm not even going to pretend to even understand. Really, I get what you're saying. I'm still trying to figure out how to milk some corn. So.
It's just a better version of cream corn.
I
think
it.
that's probably the easiest way to.
And I've got in on that. Like
I
participated. Like I'm not the driver of the ship there.
Mack 'em, smack 'em, doo says Goose is live. Good to know. Good to know. I will hit Nugs here in just a minute.
Oh, Goose is live right now. Okay, let's get on that action.
Yeah. Go over to Nugs and watch.
I think that's what I'll do, and I'll eat these ribs. And
hell yeah, you will. Rusty says he thinks he's just learning.
I bet he sounds
like
he
using
is.
baloney, brother. There's no doubt that you are definitely just a novice at this. That's for sure. We established that throughout the show tonight that you don't have a clue of what you're doing. So we need you to come on the show to explain.
Yeah. Maybe it's like sharpening.
Everybody wants to know.
Yeah, the more you do it, the better you get, Rusty. So you come on here and talk about it, you'll probably get yourself a little bit better, and you'll become like a really good cook one day.
That's it. We believe in you. Well, all right. Well, appreciate y'all hanging with us, gang. It was a fun show as always. Man. As always, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7:30, same time, same place. See you
later.
It's Cajun night.